Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Incursion League as a solo self-found hardcore trapper.
And I seem to be causing it a little indigestion.
And we find ourselves in the mines today. It's the last thing I want to do before we head into the labyrinth. But another thing is also on the menu. And that is running ourselves another complete temple. They do seem to fill up just about once every act, and it is time. This time we have unlocked a route to the apex, so we're gonna have another showdown with the big boss, the Omnitect. We got one tier 3 map area, that's the Locus of Corruption. Tier 2 a Jewelry Forge, tier 2 Sanctum of Vitality, and warehouses as well, and a couple of tier 1 maps. So a couple of empty rooms, antechamber, chasm. And everything else seems to be filled up. It's explosive room, so we could even just breach through a wall somewhere in order to make the route a little bit shorter. But I want to do that one first. Also, previous episode or in between episodes I did some crafting, so resistances are in a slightly better shape. We got a bit more life, just slightly better prepared. Also had a nice chat with Navali, so we have a full wheel of fortune here. So interesting things could happen.
I did it.
But for now,
let's begin.
Let's focus on the on this one. So on the left-hand side, there seems to be a path to the top. So I figure if we focus a right-hand side first, vault, explosive, forge, and then up to the workshop, and then we go back, and then we can do the left-hand side. Seems to make most sense to me. Okay.
No wonder it's lost. It's in the middle of the jungle. Shouldn't be too far from here, though.
So we got increased monster variety, we got reduced maximum resistance. The boss has more life, and non-unique mobs regenerate 6% of their life. Good thing is we do quite a lot of damage, so that's good. And we get a little bit more quantity. Nice set of
At
snakes.
last, Atzoatl.
And there is Alphagen, the time traveler, or is there a word for someone who makes others travel time? Since we are actually the time traveler. Alpha never really went with us. She's like a human time machine. Okay, so vault, we got some extra loot here. Also have an enemy to take out, or an architect. The architects here definitely seem to be the more practical kind. Oh, the ones that actually show up at the construction sites and actively involve themselves with the work, rather than the ivory tower architects that make all kinds of plans that are great in theory, but in practice might not be all that great. Hello there, bringer of bones. Let's throw some bear traps at you. Okay, so for the rares, it definitely noticed that the enemies have a bit more regeneration than usual, since they're a little bit tougher. Okay, oh wait, you are not a regular mob. Let's throw a big trap at you. Vaal Arc trap. It kills things. How many charges is it up to anyway? Change 6 times. Okay, so that is one more time than the usual. Just pick up the small items, leave the large ones for now, since I know from experience that we will be overflowing with items. Okay. And we had a doorway through here. Let's not be where the enemy is aiming at.
Orb of fusing.
I'm not quite sure what kind of special thing this was, but I approve of it. Okay, that's the door to the next room. Okay, that would be to the antechamber that goes to the workshop, so we will be back there in a moment. Yeah, architect, architect, architect. Where are you? That's the flash powder. Ah, Alpha's buff. Right, you have some bear traps. You are large enough to warrant using them. Okay. Ah, there you are. Herald of Destruction. Or Architect of Destruction. Why did I think of a Herald for that one? I have no idea. Power charge on critical. Meh, not really helpful right now. So, that is helpful. So now we can blow up one doorway. So, going from the workshop maybe down to the sanctum would be nice. Then we can just go through without backtracking. Either way, we need to be in the top right. So that will be this one. And it has a door that just opens. Very much look like phantasms with the phantasmal spears. If I remember correctly, this was an empty room. Yep, so the top left is the one we want. There's no architect here, since we never killed anyone to give them a position here. Okay. Wonderful. And this is the workshop. So the bottom left is the one that we want to unlock. So in order to prevent myself from accidentally clicking on something else, I'll just aim for that one first. That's a lot of enemies. Also, is that... No, I was thinking someone is behind me, but... Okay. You are actually decently scary. It's a large health pool, Soul Eater on top. So, place the explosive. Let's not be there when it explodes. Not quite sure if it's... Probably doesn't hurt you, but never really hurts to be away. Another more dodge thing, and again on the map you don't see the connection, but it is there. Sanctum of Vitality. And I believe we still owe it to the architect of this place to murderize them. Okay, here, architect, architect, architect. That is another doorway, but it is of course locked. It's just one of those rooms that has the architect just locked away in a corner somewhere. Or did we accidentally kill it? You. It just walked past you earlier. Now, well, there's not going to be any more walking, will there? Okay, we'll just flip those around. And then into the next room. This was a tier 2 of something? Haha, you tried to backstab me. You failed. Tier 2 of Sanctum of Vitality. So it just heals the monsters, but there's nothing special about it. So just heading for the architect here seems like the good thing to do. Okay, found the architect, also found a bunch of his friends. Let's see, bear, Vaal trap, and gun you are. I do like the triple bear followed by a Vaal trap. Double slash, meh, don't really care. Okay, full enough that we're gonna make a quick town stop. Also, someone killed my golem. The monsters. So for the sake of just powering through, we'll just stash all the items. As well as the gem. Currency we can just put into the currency box, and then we continue. Something is fire breathing and it is a Vaal infused totem. Okay, a little bit of stuttering there. Just double check, and there was a little bit of a lag spike. Never a fun thing. Oh. Let's hope the amount of lag spikes remain to a minimum. Okay, just double check. From here, bottom left is the exit. Because then we can do the locus and then... Yeah, seems good. So, bottom left is this. Did we kill the architect? Yeah, it was in the center. So, we can just head over here. You all will die.
Something about this place feels wrong.
It feels wrong, but also just right. It's the room of corruption. Upgraded to the max, so I think this is where we can double corrupt something. Not quite sure if it has to be corrupted. But those are the things that are, of course, fun to explore. The art of corrupting something, it's always a gamble. No, potentially you break your item. Potentially it becomes amazing. So the question is always, are you going to put in something that you really value a lot? Ooh, that's interesting beaming. Or you're just gonna put something in that is a potential upgrade, but that you're not quite using yet. So that if you use it, then you never really lost anything to begin with. Potentially corrupts an item, modifying it drastically and unpredictably. The item may be destroyed. Because right now I'm pretty happy with the gear I've got. We're capped on resists, of course. So what would I corrupt? Boots. I don't strictly need them. The can't be frozen is nice. 20% movement speed is nice. The mana regen is nice. But other than that, sure. So you know what? We're gonna risk this. And the sockets turned white. And that is all there is to it. So now we can put any color of gem in here. Item is corrupted, but other than that, it is the exact same boots as it was. So didn't gain much, but didn't lose anything either. Potentially one of the least bad outcomes here. So we want to head over to the left for the flame workshop next, which is over to that side. And let's not be at the forefront again. La la la. Okay, Architect awakened. Bear. Let's just Vaal it as well, and gone it is. Just spiking some bear traps, followed by Vaal trap, followed by regular arc traps, seems to do the trick. And you got a whole cascade of synergies there. The bear traps cause other traps to do more damage, so the first trap boosts the second trap, boosts the third trap. Well, I guess the buff will only stack once. But it does massive spike damage, so it is good. And I think this is it for this room. What was the deal with the flame workshop anyway? Oh, it just boosts the omni-attack. Okay. So then warehouse is it. So top left of the next one. So bear trap boosts all trap damage. Then you put Vaal Arc on it, which has a very nice spike damage, and then afterwards it boosts all arc damage. So if you then keep throwing regular arc traps, it will be boosted by both the Vaal trap as well as the bear trap. So there's a lot of synergy going on, which is helpful. Ceremonial adornments. Hey, hello there, Herald of the Horde. And gone you are. Golden mask. Well, it is 4-linked. Pretty darn poor, but the links are decent. Now, scour this and then we could turn this into something helpful. Yeah, like that. But something about ceremonial stuff. Gilded salads. Let's see. Something with a bell in the name. Death bell. Yes. Adds damage, physical damage to attacks. Bonus to strength and dex. Some armor. Increased melee damage and can't leech life on low life. Or can't leech one on low life. So not too bad, but of course it is a mismatch for this specific build. War Regalia. Plague Mask, Chromatic Links. And if we drop that one, put this in the corner. Grab that one and stop bugging me. Can't you see I'm trying to loot here? Monsters. They never just leave you be when you try to loot things. Okay, so even more items to just stash away. This one was potentially an upgrade. This is a unique that we might as well just stash. Oh, let's actually open up the stash. Yep. Oh, yeah. Of course, I still have these soul catchers. If I get the reroll altar again, I'm probably just gonna offer one of these flasks to it. They're pretty useless unless you really try to exploit Vaal skills, and I like the all the secondary effects on my flasks. I'm not really all that flask focused, so turning this into something that is more helpful for me, probably a good thing. Though rerolling a league specific flask is probably heresy in the ears of a lot of you, and for those, of course, I do apologize for uttering such heretical words. Let's not be there. That was a silly move. I should not have gone in there. Ooh. Ooh, superior gems. I think this league I've found more superior gems than ever before. Vaal Ice Nova. That's pretty decent, especially with some quality on it. Advanced traps support. Don't think I had one of those. Oh, that's just the cooldown. This basically just allows you to throw more traps faster. Added cold is just flat cold damage as well as percentage cold damage from the quality. Conquerfact, Deadly Ailment, Reef with Vaal Reef, Molten Shell with Vaal Molten Shell, Life Leech with more quality, another Molten Shell, a Despair, that's the Chaos Curse, and reduced mana, making things cheaper to cast. I have advanced traps. Well, it's a speed increase. There's no real damage increase. And right now I'm actually fine with the speed of things. Okay, blue. Those shades definitely interesting encounters. Okay, so we found ourselves in the warehouse. We want to head to the top right, which is the Splinter Research Lab. So this is the exit for me. So I got some breach hands. That's what I said. Breach hands. And la. Come over. Please trip over my arc traps. I dare you. Oh, also, I do kind of feel silly. I have this decoy totem and I'm not using it. It's nope. The whole thing about habits. The sooner you form habits, the more you can rely on them. If you don't form habits, and of course relying on them is going to be difficult. With a trapper especially, decoy totem kind of groups enemies up, so your traps will be a lot more efficient. Okay, you are Way more mobile than I would like. There we go. Another clasped hand. Boop, boop, boop. Oh yeah, the Ulnator I still need to up the filter because net, of course, currency with net in the name is what the previous Bestiary League was all about. Let's put some decoys on there. Ooh, look at that. Suddenly everybody is looking at the decoy totem. Okay, if the range enemies, they're not walking, they're just shooting. That's a little less efficient. But it works out nonetheless. And then, yeah, Apex of Atzoatl. That's the way out of here. Still pretty good in terms of space. Whoop. Let's just throw a decoy totem in there so the enemy will be focused internally rather than externally. And that's the arena. So let's have another double check at the modifiers. Bosses a bit more life and non-unique monsters have regen. So the boss itself won't have regen. So in terms of that, should be good. Let's see if this is going to be as difficult as the first time or as much of a walk in the park as the second time.
This better be worth it.
Okay. Bear, Vaal, regular Arc. Okay. I suspect this is going to be close to the second time, but there's some fire things in here which were not there. That's part of the flame workshop. Okay, they're only on two sides, so that's okay. Though maybe in the second stage it's going to be more prominent. Someone cautioned me against standing close to the Omnitect itself on account of maybe getting trapped in its position if it decides to land near you. I think we are done here. So, loot was obtained. Let's have a look. A leather hood with Xopex modifier. So this is mana. A decent chunk of mana actually. So potentially an upgrade for my Xopex gloves. Oh, interesting. This is increased maximum mana and this Xopex has reduced mana reserved. So you just have a little bit more mana to work with, which is definitely nice if you can get it on all of your gear. Now, if it's just on your armors, that's 4 times 5. That's 20% reduced mana reserve. That is quite a lot. That actually could allow you to maybe fit a different support gem or something like that. There's a very decent life roll on here as well as some hybrid evasion. And there's a suffix slot open, so this is very much an interesting hood. Just a chromatic item. I'm just keeping the unique for last. So the ring here. Oh, another Xopex ring. Max mana gain for each enemy hit by your attacks. Unfortunately, we don't do attacks, so we're gonna miss out on that bit. But extra mana is helpful. A bit of lightning damage, bit of resistance. Yeah, it's not that very great. So this is the interesting one. String of Servitude. Implicit modifier magnitudes are tripled, and it is a corrupted. It has the 6% increased maximum life, which is tripled to 18. So 18% increased max life is not too shabby. The price you pay for this, of course, is all the other upsides that you will lose out on. So in my case, it will be strength. But still, not a bad run. Not a very bad run.
Hello.
And that is that. So let's suck away all the things we found and then continue with the original mission statement. And that is, of course... Ooh, let's see, what level is this? There's no level requirement. That's even better. That's of course to head towards the through the mines. So temple items, we have another hood, we have another ring, and we have another bunch of things to stash away. Stash away all the gems and some currency and... Hey, Do I have fragments somewhere? Yeah. Couple of splinters. Great. And then we continue on our merry way. This can be a bit of an extended length episode. But it's gonna be nice that way we complete all the content here. And get ready to do the labyrinth. So I'm level 40 right now, 34 area, that's 6 over leveled. Oh, Pike Rivet is here. Correction, was here? No, still here. Was here, yeah. Now I'm sure. Past tense for that one. So what I like about this character right now is the nice amount of movement speed we have. Its effective movement speed is 33%. Normally you won't have it until later. Prophecy kicked in. We will encounter an invader if we are lucky. But just having some movement speed means you can just run around, do some physical dodging. I don't know, my physical player skills in dodging are not that great. That's why I've got a boatload of evasion and some dodge backing me up. But still got some options. So you throw some traps, you take a step. You throw some traps, you take a step. Oh, come on. You silly ghost. There we go. Also, exclamation point. That means this threat is over here. You just throw in your step. You throw in your step. It's almost like I think you should play an archer, or what I believe you should play an archer, or understand. You should play an archer. Let's see, what's the right way to say that? I'm totally not an expert on playing archers, so anything I say about it is just an opinion, not a statement of fact or best practice. Well, that.
It's always comforting to witness an honest, permanent death.
There was a armor in there, evasion based, 4 link plus 1, so it's 5 sockets. But not quite what I was going for. Having a little bit of energy shield on your body armor is very helpful. Ah, there we have her once again, another alpha. Night Eater, you are the invader I was looking for.
A horror from
Well,
the past returns to cause pain.
Again, not anymore.
We've
New
found
temple.
the plan.
Okay. So we already have connections for these 4, everything else is disconnected. Gem cutter, if we can connect to the bottom, then we can add it. And if we can connect it to the top, then we actually have the apex connected on the first try. I don't think I mind having gems, especially because they seem to be dropping with quality on them and corrupted. So that is nice. Yeah. So we're gonna go for that one, and then we'll just kill the speed one. So kill the top, open the bottom, or am I gonna... Actually, it's probably gonna be better to open up the door to just extend the pathway that connects to the apex. So we'll just get a better chance of connecting to it from, for example, the tunnels or the workshop. Or if later on we manage to connect the hatchery, then that also becomes a possible way to connect. And if I make this connection, then the gem cutter has 3 other ones that could potentially connect to it. So top left is the one and the top right. So do that and then go clockwise. Okay, seems good.
Go.
Okay. There we go. Okay, that's a stone. Okay, I mentioned top left. So let's actually head for it. Okay, connected. Other one is gonna be bottom right. I know this orientation here makes me a little bit confused about what to call each direction, since it's all slanted. And it looks like that was
Good
it.
job, Exile.
Oh.
Both you and the architect are
Upgraded it and we connected it, so I'm pretty happy with that. Leveling up some more gems. Alpha.
You found yourself a hideout.
Ooh.
Could be a good staging ground once we've found the temple in the present. Great.
Yes, nice. So I got her in the hideout as well, so I can actually run the incursions from my hideout now. That was the one thing I was still missing. And is there space? Yeah, there's space for another item. There's always space for another item. As long as you know how to play inventory Tetris. Okay. So, next goal or sub goal is to get to the exit of this place into the crystal caverns. And look at that. Wish granted. Okay, let's just sidestep all those hammer stuff that's being thrown.
I do hope these constipated bowels don't find their release while I'm still inside.
Insert snarky remark here, I suppose, for the shadow. Trap. Ooh, arc leveled up. So what's the list damage? Nearly 900 damage per hit. Keep in mind, we also have 20%, 22% elemental damage or lightning damage resistance penetration. So actual damage is going to be higher or less reduced against bosses. So it depends on how you want to look at it. And then, let's see, we have a Kira. Might as well have a chat with Tasuni for the skill point. That is going to grant me spell dodge. Something I've been very eager to obtain, and that is face acrobatics. So just in time before the starting the labyrinth, we have face acrobatics. So I think for the next bunch of skill points is going to be heading towards survivalist here. Get some evasion, get some resistances. So I'll be sure to just overcap my resist here and actually get to a good state. Even just looking forward to the end of Act 5 where we will be losing resistances to Kitava. And after that, some more life would be helpful as well. I think in terms of damage output, I'm doing very well. I invested a lot of points early on into damage wheels, of course. So going more after the defenses right now in order to make sure I don't die with all of that increased damage would be a wise thing. I'm not totally opposed to doing wise things. Only appears that way sometimes. Hello everybody. It's very nice to see those big Goliaths getting shocked to death. It's always a little bit of a random run, but in this case we did manage to find ourselves a waypoint and a Lady Diala with calms and Teresa's dreams waiting. But of course those will have to be postponed because next episode will be a labyrinth run. For now though, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching and hope to see you again next episode. Bye bye.